What's going on, everybody? I'd like to welcome each and every one of you guys back to my channel for week 9 of Lambda School. We're going to be talking about Redux, which is pretty awesome and also pretty terrible at the same time. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Maybe I don't understand it. You're changing, I can't stand it. My heart can't take this damage.
Alright, everybody, so what exactly is Redux and why should you care about it? So Redux is a state management system. So what that means and what problems it's trying to solve is pretty much if you use React for a while and you mess with state for a while, then you start realizing that a lot of times you tend to have to pass a lot of your props down. Like as you start building components and start piling things up, everything turns into a big giant spider web, where you're trying to send props down through components all the way, like sometimes through multiple layers in order to get to the location where the state is being stored at. A lot of times you'll want to store your state maybe in your presentational component or something crazy, you know. So a lot of times you do what's called prop drilling, which is, like I said, when you send props kind of through this big old web of components all the way until it gets to the point where it has state, and now you know that's where it can actually be functional. So with that said, what Redux is trying to solve is state management. So you'll have a single source of truth in Redux. You have something that's called the store, and so the store is where your actual state is held and managed. And it sounds simple enough. When you put it like that, it sounds simple enough. You have one simple location where all your files can just say, okay, I want to change something. Where should I go? And then you tell it, hey, go to the store. And just go to the store and grab that information that you need, get it, bring it back, and let's keep going. So that sounds very simple, but the store requires something called an action and a reducer file. So and you can put them all in the same file if you want to live on the edge like that. We didn't do it that way, but the store requires that. And so what it does is the action is basically what information do you want? What do you want from that store? What action does it have to take? And the reducer takes that and pretty much puts it through this ginormous switch statement and kind of combines it all into what's called a reducer, and then you pretty much grab it from there. You kind of pick and choose what you want based on which switch statement type you put in there, and it takes in the payload, and so then it kind of ships it all out. And then we also learned about middleware. So in this case we use thunk, and a lot of that was great. It was also confusing. So a lot of information that you had to take within 1 week, and you know, I felt overwhelmed. I think a lot of other people did too. Some people kind of they all came out of there like a butterfly out of a cocoon, and you know, they're still using it now on their project week. I'm not one of those people. I struggled a lot with it. Eventually I got through it. So if you're going through this week and you know you're struggling, you're suffering, you're sitting there banging your head against the wall, I feel that. All right, so I'm right there with that. I'm not some superhuman, like ultra smart guy that picks things up right away. Just because I made it through week 9 and week 10 and everything, you know. So there's a lot of struggle that's going on. And also, you know, I'd say ever since we started Redux, or since we started React in general, you know, I've had the whole imposter syndrome thing, and how I deal with it is I just kind of chill and just let it, you know, do its thing, because as far as I'm concerned, there's only so much worrying that you can do about that, you know, whether or not you're really an imposter and you shouldn't be there and this, that, and the third. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. You just keep moving on, solve your problems, take walks when you need them, take breaks when you need them. Whenever you're like frustrated about something, don't just get mad. Just get up and walk or read something else. You know, take like 5 minutes or so. Get on your phone or whatever. Just get away from the computer. You know, go talk to somebody or whatever. So, you know, that's what I do. And so this week we're doing project week. Now we do have the option if we want to do Redux, but we have to first talk to our project managers and ask them whether it's okay for us to do it. And based on our previous week's evaluation, then they'll decide whether or not it's okay for us to move forward. I'm not using Redux just because I don't need the extra headache of it. You know, I'm doing a small application, and Redux is generally used for bigger applications. Smaller applications, I'd probably use Context. So I made a project with Context over the weekend just to get a feel for it and see how different it is. And it's pretty much the same thing, but a lot simpler. Context is already built into React, so you don't need to import a separate API or dependency or anything for it just to use it. So it's already there. And you know, you don't need a action and reducer page or anything like that. Everything else is very similar to Redux. So, and that's pretty much it. I mean, this week has been fun, and I'll actually show you guys this weekend what I did for this project week. I'm pretty proud of it. It's actually pretty cool. We got to do something called Lambda Notes. And Lambda Notes is pretty much it's a nice little shared server that everybody gets to use, so we all get to see each other's notes. A lot of people just write test, but every now and then some people get bored and they put something pretty funny in there. So it's all about 25% professional, so you know, I'm not afraid to show it off or whatever, but pretty cool project. You know, I'm enjoying it right now. There's a lot of headaches involved with things not working, and then the aha moments of things finally working, you know, but moving along pretty well. So far I have like 2 more days left and I've already finished MVP. So the rest of this time is just going to be spent on having fun and coding and, you know, doing stuff I enjoy. So, all right. And that's it, everybody. If you guys have any questions or comments, as always, put them on down below. Also, I do have some links down there for some friends of mine. If you guys want to check out some of their stuff or see other perspectives on how Lambda School is treating them, then go ahead and just check that out. I also have a GoFundMe page down there if you want to help support the channel. You don't have to. I'm still going to be putting out these videos regardless, but you know, I am unemployed for like the next 7 months while I'm going through Lambda School, so it would really help me out. All right, guys, I'll see you guys next time.